How about a nice round of applause coming all the way from Sydney, Australia, Gary Rush in the 2R. They bunch up coming out of 3, heading for that white chalk line in turn 4. That's where Swindell and Rush will pick them up. They pick them off and we go green. Gary Rush, Jeff Swindell side by side coming out of 2, but Rush picks it off from the high side. Swindell settles right in behind him. That is Keith Kaufman in 29. Steve Kemp, Johnny Herrera, and Mark Kinzer. Herrera down on the inside of Kent looking for that 4th spot. Gary Rush stretches the lead just a bit on Jeff Swindell. Keith Kaufman, Steve Kent, and you got Herrera. And then Mark Kinzer. Halfway through this one. Danny Smith in hot pursuit of Mark Kinzer to try to pick up that last transfer spot. Down on the inside, Jeff Swindell taking a peek, but Gary Rush holds him off. Let's see what Swindell's got up his sleeve this time. He's right behind him again. Coming into turn number 3, down on that low side, but Rush stays right in that groove. Won't let him by. They keep pushing that cushion. Here they come again as a white flag will come out this time around. We're going to look for the white flag. Gary Rush, Jeff Swindell doing all he can to keep the heat on. Gary Rush coming to the checkered flag. Finishing second was Jeff Swindell in the 7TW. Then it was Keith Kaufman in the 29K, Steve Kent in the 11K, Johnny Herrera in 29H, and the 5M of Mark Kinzer. So those cars now will advance into tonight's feature. Now the World of Outlaws and Eldora Speedway ready for their parade lap as they go into their famous 4 abreast. When they come into turn number 3, we want you to start it down there. And those bleachers, we want you to wave to them because they're going to wave back to you. We really don't care what you wave. You can wave your hat, you can wave your arms, you can even wave your unmentionables if you want to. Here they come, let's send them off. The World of Outlaws in Eldora Speedway, a 30-lap feature. Here they come, let's hear it for them, send them off. They're going to wave back at you. And now we ask that everyone settle back in their seats. Try to remain seated during the racing action so everybody can see you. When somebody stands up in front of you, you don't appreciate it, so remember that. The 1-lap signal will go up this time around. It's Andy Hillenberg and Kenny Jacobs, Mark Kinzer and Stevie Smith, Johnny Herrera and Jack Hodenshield, Danny Smith, Dave Blaney, Bobby Allen, Steve Kinzer, Keith Kaufman, Ed Lynch Jr., Billy Pouch, Steve Kemp, Joe Gertie, Greg Hodnett, Jerry Rush, Johnny Mackison Jr., Lance DeWeese, Jeff Swindell, Art Wemp, Jack Hewitt, Joey Allen, and Dave Free. They begin to bunch up as they come into turn number 3. Look at that white chalk line down there in 4. That's where we'll turn them loose. Who's it going to be tonight? They pick up the pace and we're off and running. Kenny Jacobs in 71 grabs the lead as they complete 1 circuit around this big half mile. Then it'll be Stevie Smith, Andy Hillenberg, and Dave Blaney. Right behind him is Jack Hodenshield, and then it's Mark Kinzer. Kenny Jacobs trying to make back-to-back repeats here at Eldora Speedway this week. He stretches it out. Kenny Jacobs has her hooked up right now, pushing that cushion to the limit between 3 and 4. Stevie Smith, Andy Hillenberg, Dave Blaney, Jack Hodenshield, Mark Kinzer, Johnny Herrera. Then it's Steve Kinzer. Into the slower traffic already is Kenny Jacobs. It didn't take him very long. Just 3 laps into the race, and he's on that slower traffic. Jacobs down on the inside of Art Wendt, working his way up and through. Jacobs continues to pick him off. Kenny Jacobs and Danny Smith. Well, we got 2 of them coming together, flipping in turn number 4. We'll pick up the pace the next time around. Green flag comes out, and we're off and going once again. There goes Jacobs, Blaney, and Hodenshield. Kenny Jacobs with open track, and Dave Blaney right behind him. Here comes Hodenshield. Still Kenny Jacobs, Dave Blaney, Jack Hodenshield, and it's Mark Kinzer. Lap car between Kinzer in that next position. Starting to get into that slower traffic now. They're going to get into that lap traffic very quickly. Here they come. Kenny Jacobs and Dave Blaney countering that slower traffic. Jack Hodenshield trying to run them down. They get by that set of 3 cars very quickly. Blaney putting the pressure on from that second spot. Kenny Jacobs going to try to hold him off. Blaney on the high side. Jacobs down on the inside with a slower car there. Running a little bit of interference. Blaney dives down inside. Dave Blaney takes the lead. Kenny Jacobs trying to come back. Dave Blaney on top. Jacobs there running second. Still third in the race is Jack Hodenshield. Still running fourth. At 5M is Mark Kinzer. Dave Blaney stretching it just a little bit. Hodenshield trying to get by that slower car of Lance DeWeese. Blaney continues to stretch it. Kenny Jacobs, Jack Hodenshield. Now your 4th place car, Mark Kinzer. Dave Blaney setting up 1 more car as he lapped 1 more. Hodenshield trying to get by DeWeese, lost him momentarily, but gathers it back in. Dave Blaney picking him off 1 at a time, continues to stretch that lead. Kenny Jacobs is second. Jack Hodenshield still sitting there third. Then it's Mark Kinzer and Danny Smith. Danny Smith trying to make a move on Mark Kinzer for that 4th spot. Right now your race is Mark Kinzer and Danny Smith for 4 and 5. Here comes Blaney again, your race leader. There's 71 of Jacobs. Then it's Hodenshield. Mark Kinzer and Danny Smith is right behind him now. Blaney still trying to weed his way through. Picks off another one. Finds good running to get through. That car going right where he wants it to go. Dave Blaney continues to weed his way through. Kenny Jacobs in hot pursuit, but I don't know if he's going to have enough. Danny Smith in the 12X. Having some type of problem. He's fallen way off the pace. Danny Smith running down on a low groove developed some type of a problem. Goes your race leader, Dave Blaney, once again, trying to get through that slower traffic. Kenny Jacobs. Jack Hodenshield trying to find a way to get around Stevie Kinzer right now. Look at that ledge diving between two cars coming out of turn number 3. He split 2 of them. Kenny Jacobs trying to get through that slower car. Dave Blaney opening up a half a lap lead right now. Blaney with a half lap lead. Blaney continuing to pour it on. Tell you what, he's going to try to lap everybody. 5 laps to go. He's got that car responding to everything. All bunched up as they come through. Hodenshield finally got by Stevie Kinzer. Blaney right up behind Rush now. Look at Blaney move down through the traffic. Coming by one more time. Dave Blaney brings it up, and a yellow comes out. A yellow flag. Pick up the pace one more time. 2 laps remaining. Look at Blaney pushing that cushion to the limit up there. 1 lap signal. The white flag goes out. They'll race it to the checkered flag coming out for Dave Blaney. How about a nice round of applause for our winner, the Buckeye Bullet out of Cortland, Ohio, the 10B of King Dave Blaney. In the country, paying the biggest purse, the biggest winning in race car history, $100,000 to win. They're heading down that back stretch. As they come by us, we want to send these guys off with a rounding ovation. Let's hear it for the 24 finest race cars in the world at the finest racetrack in the world, racing for $100,000 to win. Let's hear it for them! Now we ask that everyone settle back in their seats, strap yourself in. We ask you to please try to remain seated. It's going to be tough, I'm sure, but let's try to remain seated so everybody can watch the racing action. You know how mad you get when somebody stands up in front of you. Just remember that when you want to try to stand up so the person behind you can see. Mark Kinzer just about ready to pick up the back of that pack already. Mark Kinzer picking up to the slower cars as we get into lap number 5. It didn't take him long He's right behind him. Let's see how he can dice his way through the slower traffic. Still Ricky Hood. Stevie Smith still trying to find a way around Hood as they hit those slower cars. Hood right now able to hold him off. Blaney in that 10B. Race leaders coming at us one more time, going into 3, heading into turn number 4. Steve Kinzer beginning to move up on that third place car of Kenny Jacobs. Still Mark Kinzer, he heads into the slower traffic now. He'll have to start to weed his way through. Mark Kinzer right up behind the slower car of Joey Allen. Stevie Smith staying right in that middle groove. Kenny Jacobs and Steve Kinzer. Steven lost it for just a moment, but gathered it back in. Mark Kinzer weeds his way through as he does. Stevie Smith follows him right through. .23 to go. We pick it up, Mark Kinzer. Still Mark and Stevie right behind him. Stevie Smith pulling down. Stevie Smith developing some type of problem, pulls down. That'll put Kenny Jacobs in 3rd and Jack Hodenshield in 4th. Off. Still Hodenshield. Mark Kinzer, Keith Kaufman. Child, Jack Hodenshield. They race to the back of that pack. There goes Hodenshield. Kinzer still trying to run him down. Frankie Kerr beginning to dice his way through the slower cars. Frankie Kerr continuing to move up one by one. Frankie Kerr has it hooked up right now. He's got a long way to go, but he is running good right now. There goes Jack Hodenshield, your leader. Catching up to the slower cars. It won't be long, and he'll be looking into that lap traffic. Be interesting to see how he weeds his way through. Keith Kaufman is still 3rd, and it's Ed Lynch. Jack Hodenshield down inside a slower car. Can't get by. Mark Kinzer pulls right up behind him. And here comes Keith Kaufman. It's going to be a 3-car race, Barry. Hodenshield right now with about a 10 or 12 car lead. Mark Kinzer and Keith Kaufman, your top 3. Five laps to go. 5 laps remaining in the big one. Hodenshield getting a little high coming out of 2. Here comes Mark Kinzer. He's trying to do as much as he can. Getting right up on that cushion. Slower car of Gary Rush. Won't be too much longer, and it'll be a contender for Hodenshield. Sets to the middle of that track. On-lap signal will come out next time around. Here comes that 1-lap. How about a